one more 90% of the time you use this only. So there are two screeners which we generally use. So I use to update in Discord community, like what are the narrow CPR stocks for the next day. So this is a chart link. So what this does is, so this will redirect you to this website. So it's also a scanner by KGS. So it gives like what are the, so for the next day, for today, it will say that these are the stocks which are having narrow CPR. So narrow CPR means I've explained you. So narrow CPR is nothing but the CPR level is narrow for that particular day. So narrow CPR indicates that there could be a trending market. Wide CPR means what? Wide CPR, if the candles touches wide CPR, mostly it will stay sideways. If there is a narrow CPR, it will not act as a good support or resistances, and then there could be a trending market. That's only like expectation, but most of the times, even the narrow CPR, you will be able to see sideways market. Even in the wide CPR days, you will be able to see trending markets. So if you switch on the CPR levels, so it's particularly identifies, so this is a narrow CPR. So it says that stock is going to be narrow CPR for the upcoming day. So if there's any narrow CPR, the price may not respect those levels clearly, particularly in the afternoon session, and there could be a possibility of a trending market. So that's what the expectation is. So it will give you the list of stocks which are having narrow CPR for the coming day. So you can check that link. That link provides you this. You need not like add all these things, but then if you identify any of the stocks, since all these stocks you will be already having in your watch list. So if any of the stock, particularly let's say Amara Raja Batteries is there in my stock list. So Amara Raja Batteries is there. And what is there? I'm already looking at Amara Raja Batteries for a potential breakout of the tunnel pattern. And if let's say there is a narrow CPR, so that means that there could be a trending opportunity. So if I add this, I'll be looking at like two things. Like one, I'll be looking at since it's a narrow CPR, maybe there's could be trending day, and along with that, I'll be looking at my price action things. These are just for shortlisting, not that you will find any buy or sell opportunity. These are just for shortlisting stocks, so that based on the price action, you may find an opportunity or not. That is secondary. So this will give that kind of information. Sometimes there would be less than one or two, like less than five also there could be. It depends upon changes daily. So you need not change any of the settings over here. You can just identify. So if you are looking in the after Saturday or after Friday, it will show the stocks for the next coming working day. That is Monday. If the Monday is holiday, it will show for the Tuesday. And there is one more thing called an inside day candle. Is a pattern where a high and low of the day occurs inside the high and low of the prior day. So you know this, right? So this is one candle. So the next day, this is daily candle. So the next day, the candle formation, the total, including the wick, top wick and bottom wick, is completely inside the range of the previous candle. Why it is important, we'll be going to discuss. But understand that we can identify using this link that what are the stocks which could be inside day candles for the next day. That means, let's see this. So it's saying Indigo Aviation Limited, Indigo Adani Enterprises has formed inside day. That means this we are looking for the coming day. That is this Friday we are looking at this. So it's saying it already formed inside day candle. So you may look it in a radar, like you may keep it as Codes, Hindustan Unilever. Let's see if it is formed inside day or not. If you are unable to see manually whether inside day candle is formed or not, so this will help. Adani Enterprises, let's go and see. Adani Enterprise. Is Adani Enterprise. We'll switch it to daily time frame. We'll switch off the indicators. So if you see, the candle has formed, which is completely below, completely inside the range of the previous candle. So this is an inside day. We will be talking about how to trade the inside day, but this will identify what are the stocks which has already formed inside day. It also gave you Escorts and Hindustan Unilever, right? Escorts. So I arranged in the order of alphabetical order. So Escort C, same thing. So yesterday's candle is there. This is the inside day candle. Hindustan Unilever, Hindustan Unilever. So this is also the entire range candle is there. That's inside candle. So this will help in identification of this kind of candles. Or even if you have a pro account and you want to use an indicator, there's an indicator called inside bar. Inside bar strategy, or use this inside bar in public library. It is called CMA. So if you click on that, what it shows is it will show all the places where there is an inside candle. So it identified already. So this is the inside candle. This is the inside candle. This is the inside candle. Inside candle. Inside candle. So it will identify you all the inside candles. So we will not be going to trade each and every inside candle. So it is just an identification that the price has formed inside candle and the daily time frame. And based on that, we will be taking out decisions based on the price action techniques, which we learn further. If it is not allowing you to add this one more indicator because you already have only 4 indicators, then you can make use of this opportunity. If you use the indicator, what happens is you need to check each and every stock whether inside the candle formation is there or not. But if you use the link which I shown you, in that, like, you just need to, it will only show you what all the stocks which are forming inside day, which has already formed inside day. So then you can track it for the next day. So this is one more thing. Now we will understand how to trade the inside day in the daily time frames. So in a strong trending market, this works very well. Rather than sideways market, don't trade it when it's in sideways market. Trade it in a trending market. How you identify a trending market, which I explained you yesterday? Look at 80 EMA and 20 EMA and 50 EMA. If the lines are little broader with each other, then it's called a trending market, either in a downtrend or uptrend. But if they are almost near to each other, that means it's sideways market. You can ignore inside bar strategies at that particular places. So in a strong trending market, the market has a shallow pullbacks. So obviously, whenever the market is trending, the logic is it will not come back again and retest and go. When there's a trending market, it will just take a small pause and then it will continue further. Since it's a strong uptrend or downtrend. So uptrend or downtrend is characterized by this 80 EMA. So if you see, once the downtrend has started, the price, the bullish candle has not closed above this 80 EMA. That means that the downtrend is strong. It has just touched and formed a bearish candle, touched and formed, touched and formed. So this is a kind of a good rally, which will be represented by this 80 EMA. Look the trade breakout of the inside candle in the direction of downtrend. So what happens is, so this is the inside candle identification. Once inside candle is identified, we will mark the high and low of the previous candle. Previous candle is a range candle. So we'll mark high and low of that particular candle. Once the coming candle breaks this low, since we are looking for shorting opportunity, it should break this previous candle low. So we can enter at that particular point with a stop loss of at least above this EMA line or above this previous entry candle. Like this, we will be putting it. We will also see whether it fits in our risk reward ratio. We will calculate position sizing accordingly and then take up the trades. So where it works, mostly in the daily time frames, on the 4-hour time frames, it works. It can also be like, you can also observe it in 5 minutes and intraday time frames called 15 minutes, 30 minutes, etc. But if you identify anything like that in a strong uptrend or downtrend, you can take up trades directly in intraday as well. But this is identified generally in daily time frame or 4-hour time frame. There are 2 ways to it, like how to trade. One is break of the extreme candle. Extreme candle is nothing but the candle which is prior to the inside candle. which I explained now. So what you do is like you will wait for the break, you will mark the high and low of the previous candle, and then wait for the price to break beyond that highs and lows of the extreme candle. So what is the benefit means like you will be able to get much more momentum because the people will be having stop losses below this candle and above these candles. And then once it hits that particular place, there could be a mini sell orders triggered or buy orders triggered, and then again, there could be a momentum. But what is the problem is if the candle is too huge and your inside the candle is too small, and if you drawn it like this, when the price next candle tries to break out, and then if you enter at this particular point, your stop loss could be too huge. That may not fit in your risk reward ratio. So that is one drawback for this. And there's a second way to do that. Second thing is break of inside candle. That means this is the previous range candle. This is the current inside the candle. And some people will draw a range for this particular candle. Once the next day candle just breaks this particular range, then they'll try to enter. So this is not recommended most of the times. If the hack is here, if the candle, the previous candle is almost all similar to the inside candle, then you can use this method, the break of the current inside the candle, and then taking up entry. But let's say there is a long previous candle and your inside candle is this much. In that particular case, like it's not recommended because there could be a strong buy orders or strong sell orders at this particular point, and then wait clearly for the price to break. Price may not, the candles of the next day may not break it. Maybe candles will keep forming inside that particular range for like a few days, and maybe after a few days you will see a breakout candle. So you can enter that particular candle with a stop loss of, like you can check the ATR levels, or you can put it below the previous candle like that. Or if there is any ATMA going on, you can put above the ATMA like that. So if you take a short trade, where to place the stop loss? So just below the low of the inside candle. This is for long trade. So if you take a short trade, so let's say if you take a short trade, this is the range, and this is the breakout happened. This is the inside candle, and once you take the trade above the highs of the inside candle, so this is the inside candle, right? So you'll put it your stop loss somewhere here. Or if you want like little bit more extra space, you can put it above this also. So it always risk reward depends upon particular person's risk, how they are managing and how much risk reward they are looking at it. It can't be exactly told like where to give the exact stop loss and all. So let's look some examples. So Adani Enterprise, Feb 5th. Adani Enterprise. Feb 5th. Let's see Feb 5th if there's anything. Okay, so if you see Feb 5th, so this is a Feb 5th. So this is an inside candle, wherein the range of this candle is completely below the range of the previous candle. So what I do is like I'll mark the high. Since I'm looking for long opportunities, I'll mark the particular high of the previous candle. And once it breaks, I'll also generally look at volume, but here there's no need to look at volume because it seems like there's a better volume than the previous one. So I'll switch off the volume. And then once there's a break, then I might check whether it fits in my risk reward ratio or not. So if I check, if I have to enter at this particular point, what I do, first of all, I'll see that it should be minimum. First condition is my stop loss should be minimum below the inside the candle. So I put it my stop loss below it. Second thing, I'll check the ATMA how it is. So ATMA, so this is my entry candle, right? So it should be little bit below this if I want to be little bit more conservative. So I'll put it below this. Third check is I'll check how much is the ATR level. So ATR level is saying that the ATR level is saying 26, 25. So minimum like I should maintain 1.5 ATR like that. So 25, now I'm putting 54. It's good enough. It's almost double it. So I'm good with it now. Now, once I start, I'll be looking for 1:2 or 1:3 risk reward ratio. So as and when the price keep moving up, I'll change every day, like after the close of every day. In this particular case, if you are looking at 15 minutes time frame, then you can write it accordingly. If you are looking for intraday trades, so since it's every day, whenever the candle closes, I'll put my stop loss like this. So what happens, observe here. So I'm trailing my stop loss till here. My stop loss didn't hit. Till here I trailed. And then the next day also tried. So on this particular day, I trialed the stop loss. The next day, my stop loss got hit. This could be two reasons, because generally, as per rule, I need to maintain little bit below my ATMA. I have not followed that rule, but it's okay. If your stop loss got hit, and if you want to don't lose much of the profits, then you can take the loss, and then based on other price action techniques, like it took much support from ATMA, and if you want to enter, since it's a bullish, looking bullish, if you want to enter, again you can enter. So that depends upon you. So that's how you trade a inside day candle. That's also, as I mentioned, you only enter when you see much of the gap between all these three lines. If you see any candle here, like all these three things are together like this somewhere over here, there could be an inside day candle. So if I switch on this indicator, it will show you